Deep in the heart of Whisperwood lived an owl named Olive. Now, Olive had a secret, a big, scary secret. You know how at night owls hoot and all the other forest animals go silent? Well, that's when Olive's worst fear took flight, literally. She was afraid of the dark. Every evening as the sun dipped below the treetops, Olive would fluff up her feathers, trying to make herself as big as she could and hoot as loudly as she could to scare away the creeping darkness. But the night always came anyway, and then Olive would spend the whole time peeking out from her cozy nest, watching the nocturnal animals go about their nightly routines. One night, feeling particularly brave, she decided to ask them why they weren't afraid of the dark. A wise old firefly, after hearing Olive's woes, simply said, "The night is beautiful, little owl. You just have to know where to look." So the firefly flew off, leaving behind a trail of sparkling light, and Olive, determined to see the beauty of the night, followed him. They flew past sleeping badgers, a family of foxes, and even a slumbering moose. Then the firefly landed on a leaf and said, "Close your eyes, Olive, and listen." As the night sounds filled her ears, crickets chirping, the wind rustling through the leaves, frogs croaking in the distance, a gentle breeze caressed her feathers, and when she opened her eyes, she saw the most beautiful sight. The firefly's twinkling light reflected in a nearby stream, creating a path of stars leading all the way to the moon. From that night on, Olive wasn't afraid to venture out alone in the darkness. In fact, she loved it. She would swoop and soar through the star-filled sky, feeling the wind beneath her wings and the moon on her face. Then one night, a terrible storm rolled in. Rain lashed against the trees, the wind howled, and the thunder cracked. And Olive knew someone needed her help. It was her friend, the firefly. His light was fading fast. He was too scared to fly back to his tree. So Olive, without a moment's hesitation, flew into the raging storm to rescue him. As she flew, the wind snatched at her feathers, trying to push her back. But Olive was determined to help her friend. With every flap of her wings, she flew higher and higher until she reached the tallest tree in the forest, where the firefly's home was. Carefully, she tucked the firefly under her wing and flew back to her own nest. When the storm had passed and the sun peeked through the clouds, Olive woke up. The first rays of sunlight made her close her eyes, and when she opened them again, she saw the forest in a new light. It was as if the sun and the moon had whispered secrets to the trees, making them sparkle with dewdrops. And she realized the dark wasn't something to be afraid of, but explored. For even in the darkest night, there's magic to be found if you dare to look. Olive showed us that even the darkest night can sparkle with courage and wonder. If this story lit up your heart, give it a glowing like and subscribe for more magical tales about facing fears and finding light. And tell us in the comments what's something you used to be afraid of, but are braver about now. Because remember, when we face the dark, we discover how brightly we shine.